Hey guys, welcome back to Exploring Temecula. On today's video, we're going to talk about the upcoming year 2023 and some of the trends that I see happening. This video is going to be especially important for those people thinking of relocating to this area. Real estate is local. Things that are going on here in Temecula and Murrieta are definitely not the norm throughout the United States, whether it's demand, prices, really the only constant would probably be the interest rate. So again, if you are thinking of moving to this area, subscribe to this channel. I keep you up to date every month on exactly what's going on in the housing market. Try to be as honest and upfront as possible so I can give you the best information possible to make so you can make proper decisions moving forward. So if you really want to find the diamond in the rough in Southern California, I truly believe that this area is that. Still affordable, great schools, safety, lots of restaurants, lots of things to do. One of the best places I've ever lived, and I've lived all over Southern California. So again, if you are looking for areas, do not sleep on Temecula and Murrieta. Reach out if you have any further questions after this video. I'd be glad to help, even if you're coming here on vacation. So let's get into the video. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to talk about was I see moving forward, it's no secret, interest rates have slowed down the market. In Temecula and Murrieta specifically, there are still buyers that want to purchase homes. I still get a lot of calls. If the home is priced properly, it still sells. The big issue right now that I see moving forward is that oftentimes the sellers are still thinking it's 6 months ago, and we're just not there. People cannot afford a $4,000, $5,000 a month house payment. So that just has to come in line with affordability in regards to what interest rates are. I would guess, in my opinion, that interest rates are going to stay high and even go a little higher over the next 6 months. I could be wrong. We just had a little dip in interest rates in the last couple of weeks. So that is obviously helping people get in homes. But overall, the interest rates have really slowed down the market in Temecula and Murrieta. And you're seeing a little bit, not too much, not as much as I actually thought. And you'll see this, I just did a market update video for Temecula, Murrieta, and Menifee. The home prices have really, they've gone up 1 month, then down the next, then up again, and then down. So we're almost in this sideways pattern now with a slight decrease in home prices. But overall, the drop over the last 3 to 4 months with rates going through the roof and getting a lot higher, I thought that we were going to see more of a drop in the average sales price than we have right now. Okay, so next, I just wanted to get into a little bit of the demand. Again, the demand is still there, and one of the reasons the demand is still, in my opinion, here in Temecula and Murrieta it's a really good place to live. I have a lot of feedback from people that I sell homes for, and the main reasons people move here, to get out of the city. So the homes that I sell in Southern California, a lot of people are coming from Orange County, few from LA and San Diego County, or San Diego. They are getting out of the city or maybe selling their home that's 1,300 square feet for, $1.5, $2 million, being able to come here and purchase a beautiful home in a beautiful neighborhood for, that $700,000 to $800,000 price range is very, very appealing to a lot of people. Now, from out of state, the feedback that I get, number one, weather, number two, schooling, and number three, safety. Okay, so next thing that I wanted to talk about, and I've seen this a little more in the last 6 months to a year, but sort of the luxury type real estate, wine country, larger homes, Duluths, they seem to be becoming more and more popular. For whatever reason, I am guessing, again, to be able to sell a home in a big city and come here and move to wine country and almost feel like you're in a rural area, but being close to the city and having some land and being able to grow agriculture, whether it's citrus, avocados, that's a huge driving force in my opinion, for some of the luxury properties throughout Temecula. Also, because the wine country is in Riverside County, a lot of people are coming in here and they're wanting to buy Airbnbs. If you're an investor, of course, wine country is growing. It's going to continue to grow. And I foresee in the future, we have around 40 wineries now. That could trend upwards to 60 to 100 wineries in the next 10 years. When that starts to happen, this is going to become even more of a vacation destination, and people are going to need to stay places. And really, because Temecula does not allow Airbnbs, the only other option is wine country. So if you're looking for a good location for an Airbnb, definitely look in wine country. I think that you're not going to go wrong. And there's especially late summer all the way through till December. It's a great opportunity to have a really successful Airbnb. Now, the other area that I was talking about is Duluth, and that is west of the 15 freeway. See a lot more luxury type homes there, estate homes, large lots, lots of citrus, lots of agriculture, beautiful pools, larger homes. And that is another area that I see or get a lot of questions about. I haven't sold one in about 6 months in Duluth, but I'm always getting people emailing me questions, texting me, and asking about the Duluth area. So that is another area that I see, being very popular in the next year as well. Okay, so next up, I foresee, maybe not in the next year, but definitely in the next 5 years, because land and good or nice properties are becoming limited because of just the massive growth in Southern California over the last 20 years, people are starting to flock to and buy land, finding that beautiful property that they want to build their dream home on. And one of the reasons that sort of just proves my point on this is if you look at homes built in the 80s and 90s in Temecula, a lot of these homes are having 7,000, 8,000, 9,000 square foot lots throughout the community. Now, the home builders, when you buy a new home, unless you're buying the lot premium and spending a lot more money on a lot, the average lot size is going to be 4,000 or 5,000 square feet. And that is simply because there's not enough land, or the land is more scarce than it was even 20 years ago. So in my opinion, land sales, not only next year, but the next 4, 5, 6, 7 years are going to become very popular, especially in this area. There's still opportunity there in wine country Duluth and other small pockets of Temecula and Murrieta to purchase a beautiful property and build your dream home. And I just see that becoming more and more popular. And that way, you're not stuck with that 5,000 square foot lot that all the new homes seem to have at this point in time. Okay, so next up, I really do feel that the rental market is going to do very well in regards to investors. Not necessarily something that you want to hear, but because California is really not on the side of landlords, you've got to take every precaution possible to basically make sure that you're in an area that's going to have a general population with good tenants. And Temecula and Murrieta, in my opinion, are two areas that there's less possibility of people not paying their rent, going delinquent, and you having to spend 6, 7, 8 months trying to evict that person. Of course, it still happens, but investors are just looking for the return. They're looking for good areas to invest overall in real estate, and Temecula and Murrieta are these two cities. So in 2023, I still see the investor market, people buying rentals, staying relatively strong as long as the deal is there to be had. So that is something that I think is going to happen in 2023. Okay, another trend that's going to be interesting to see in 2023 is newly listed properties. Spring is when, generally speaking, the flood of homes comes on the market. Well, the issue we have now is, yes, a lot of people have equity. Yes, a lot of people could sell their home and take that equity and buy another home. Problem is, unless they have to sell, unless they're moving out of state and they want to retire and pay cash for a home in another area, there's really not a lot of incentive for them to sell right now. Most people are going to be in their home on an interest rate at 3 to 4%. They have an affordable house payment, and they're sitting back wondering, where am I going to go if I want to stay in the area? Because as soon as they sell their home, they're going to be in a 6 to 7% interest rate. The home, even though they're going to have a big chunk to put down, their house payment is still going to be more than what it is in their current home. So it is going to be interesting to see the newly listed properties month by month coming into the spring. And in my opinion, I think that there's going to be a historically low volume or low inventory in the town of Temecula and Murrieta. Finally, a big trend that I don't know if it's a trend, but it'll be interesting to see where interest rates go. If interest rates stay relatively the same at where they are right now, I think that the market is going to really stabilize. If the rates go up, in between 8 and 10%, I do see, maybe a 10 to 15% downturn in the market. But I don't know that, and that is something that you need to keep your eye on. Because if rates get up to 8 to 10%, even that $600,000 home is going to have a $4,000 price tag per month in way of your mortgage payment. And that inevitably is going to make the pool of buyers go from this to this, less buyers for these homes. And, a lot of people are just not, even if they can afford it, they're not willing to pay, a $4,500 a month house payment. So that is going to be really interesting. And if you are a buyer looking to move in the area, keep your eye on mortgage rates and we'll see what happens. But having said that, overall, from everything I've said, and I talked about this in my last video, I think 2023 is going to be an awesome opportunity for buyers in way of getting a home that the last 2 years they had no chance of getting. You're not going to see $100,000 over offers. You're not going to see all cash offers. You're not going to see 10 offers per home in 30 minutes. So if you are a buyer and you're thinking of moving to this area, there's going to be a really good opportunity for you as long as you're comfortable with the house payment and everything works out in regards to that. You're going to have your pick of homes. The average days on market now are 20 to 40 days. So you're going to get to pick that pool home. You're going to be able to pick that home that's fully upgraded. You're going to be able to pick that home that has solar. All of these things that were unattainable in the last 2 years, that is not going to be the case in 2023, and it's going to bring a lot of opportunity for new buyers. So there you have it, guys. Some trends, some things that I feel that are going to happen in the new year. If you have any further questions, please reach out. My name's Joel. If you have any questions in regards to an appraisal on a property that you need in Southern California, my wife can help you with that. But until next time, appreciate all your support on the channel from Exploring Temecula.